Franz Pixner has a tough job. At the valley station of the Schnalstal ski resort, he feeds hungry mouths with delicious Ötzi burgers. But there are days when his mind isn't quite on the job. It's particularly bad when a little white roadster is in front of his hut, and Franz finds it difficult not to think of going for a spin. His Siata Spring is based on the technology of the Fiat 850 and looks like a copy of the MGT series. 25 years ago, Franz, like many other performance-hungry men, fulfilled his dream of an affordable sports car with a second-hand Fiat 850 Coupe. Today, he's rediscovered his old love in the form of the quirky Siata. Franz likes to pick up his wife in the little Siata Spring. Unlike most wives, she appreciates his hobby. She's fond of the little roadster because it's unique and likable. Behind the imposing radiator grille is the boot, which easily swallows large sports bags. On the foundations of the Fiat 850, the Italian bodywork company Siata built a retro-style shell. Even at the time of production, the Siata Spring looked like a shrunken 30s classic. In 1970, the fun was over, and production of the Siata Spring was discontinued. Even a first-class condition roadster hardly fetches more than 10,000 euros. The club scene is important for the survival of this car. In Erich and Rudolf, Franz has found valuable comrades. They are members of the Fiat 850 Club and can do their own work very easily, as they own a car workshop together. At first, Franz planned to restore his once clapped-out Siata Spring on his own, but found it expedient to fall back on the help of club friends. Like so often with restorations, you can underestimate the actual effort involved. Only on closer inspection did the real condition of the Siata come to light. I thought I'd got a nice car. It didn't look too bad, but when I started to sand it down, some really big holes appeared. Franz Pixner bought his Siata Spring 10 years ago, and in the past year invested 8 months of restoration work. This rare model is now firmly in the hands of a collector. The 47 horsepower 850cc four-cylinder in the back comes from the Fiat 850. For his wife, however, the restoration work took a little too long. I don't know what he was doing the whole time. No idea. At any rate, he was in the garage night after night. But he's no mechanic. I don't know what he tinkered around with. Anyway, he spent a lot of time with his car, and I did get a bit jealous. In the workshop in Glurns, there's another rare car, a Lancia Appia. This little Lancia seems elegant and solid. The small gaps in the bodywork are amazing from today's point of view. The premium four-door compact car cost 11,000 marks at the end of the 50s, almost twice as much as a comparable Fiat, and 1,000 marks more expensive than a Mercedes 190 Ponton. Franz Pixner is a Lancia fan and has just recently collected this little gem from southern Italy and plans to fully restore it. The Lancia is actually the more elegant car. The chrome and so on was simply much better than the Fiat. The Lancia was at the time a rather luxurious car, so the people who had a bit of money bought a Lancia instead of a Fiat. In contrast to the Lancia Appia, the Fiat 850 has a large fan base. Almost everyone in Italy has driven an 850 at some point in their lives. Especially in driving performance, the 850 is far and away superior to its contemporary rivals, such as the VW Beetle or the Renault 4. In contrast to other small cars, the Fiat can reach up to 150 kilometers an hour, and even in modern traffic is no rolling obstacle. Master mechanic Erich Hauser prefers to tinker with his Fiat 850 Sports Coupe, the GTI of the 60s. Erich Hauser is considered a Fiat 850 specialist and doesn't just deal with new cars in his workshop. This is a real garage, and I should add that we do work for Fiat and Alfa for Italian cars. And people say that if you have a Fiat, then you'll understand something about old cars too. You can't send away the old customers. In the mid-60s, the little Fiat 850 made its debut as an enlarged edition of the 600 and was a huge success. Today, the special 850s are the most sought after because many Italian body workers fulfilled their dreams of a sports car on the basis of a normal 850.